Taking a look at our UI, we can see that we have a Sliver app bar up here, and below this is a Sliver list. So let's go into our home screen.dart. And we'll move this over so we can see it. Let's add a body to our scaffold. And we need to create a custom scroll view. Inside this custom scroll view, we're going to have slivers, and that's going to be a list of widgets. To create our Sliver app bar, we just have to type Sliver app bar, and then we can add a flexible space bar, title, text, simple budget. Hit save, and now we see that we have our app bar on top. To add the settings button, we can create a leading icon button, icons.settings, and then we'll make the icon size equal to 30.0 and add the onPress function. And now our settings button appeared. To add the add button, we're going to create actions, and inside this list of widgets, we're going to write icon button, icons.add, and we'll set the icon size to 30.0, and then the onPressed will do nothing here too. And now we see that we have our icon buttons on the side, and when we scroll up, the app bar rises into the screen. If we look at the app bar here, we see that simple budget looks a lot bigger, and that it looks like we have some kind of height setting on this app bar. So what we can do is add an expanded height property to the Sliver app bar and set that equal to 100.0. And now the app bar became a lot larger. If we scroll up, we see the simple budget text shrinks and becomes in line with the icon buttons. And if we keep scrolling, it disappears. The two other properties we want to add to our app bar are force elevated, and we'll set that to true, and that's going to show a shadow underneath our app bar. And the second one is floating, and set that equal to true. And floating is going to allow us to see the app bar when we scroll up, even if we're not at the very top of the screen. And we'll see how that works in a second once we create our Sliver list. So beneath our Sliver app bar, let's create Sliver list, and our Sliver list is going to have a delegate, Sliver child builder delegate. It's going to have a build context, and an index. So it's similar to a list view builder. And make sure you guys put your commas in the right places. For now, we'll just return a container with height 100. And then we'll set the color equal to colors.red. And we'll add margin edge insets.all 10.0. And in order for our Sliver child builder delegate to know how many containers to render, we need to designate a child count. And we'll set that equal to 10 for now, and hit save. And if we look at our app, we see that we have 10 red containers rendered on our screen, and when we scroll up, the app bar fades away. And when we scroll down a bit, the app bar comes back instantly, even though we're not at the top of the screen. And when we keep scrolling, we get to the top. There's also another property we can add to our Sliver app bar called pinned. We'll set that to true. And let's comment out floating. When we hit save and scroll through the app, we'll see that the app bar stays and doesn't fade away. And then when we scroll down, it stays the same size, but once we reach the top, then it becomes larger. So for this project, instead of using pinned, we're going to be using floating. And just so you guys see it again, when we scroll, it fades away, and as soon as we scroll up, the app bar comes back.